My passionate and loyal Scorpio friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. Scorpio, there's a certain heaviness you might be noticing, not quite sadness, not quite relief. It's the sensation that something has quietly shifted in your world, even if you haven't spoken the words aloud. Maybe you're sitting with the knowledge that the old way of doing things has run its course, or you feel a change coming but haven't yet named it. There's tension in the waiting, as if your body knows what your mind is still trying to catch up with. You could find yourself pausing more often lately, sensing that some chapter is drawing to a close, and yet there's a gentle ache, a curiosity, almost a respect for what's leaving. Underneath it all, there's a private urge to understand what you're truly carrying and what, quietly, you're ready to lay down. It's not dramatic. It's not loud. It's the kind of transformation that happens in the pauses between breaths, in the stillness after you close a door. The world outside may not see it, but inside you're aware of the subtle unraveling, a quiet, persistent invitation to let go. That's the emotional terrain you're walking this week. There's a sense of anticipation and vulnerability, but also a clarity that rises in solitude. You might notice yourself being more honest with your own heart, letting small truths surface. There's a dignity to it, even as it stirs up uncertainty. This is the threshold where endings and beginnings quietly meet. What's unfolding within you now is echoed by the card Death. Its presence isn't about finality, but about the unmistakable presence of transition. You may feel that a layer of your life is falling away, even if you can't point to any single event. There's a private reckoning happening, a sense that you are standing at the edge of the familiar, looking out across terrain that hasn't yet come into focus. You might carry a heaviness in your chest or a sense of release, as if burdens you didn't realize you held are starting to slip from your grasp. There's a strange mix of grief and relief. The ground beneath you feels different, not unstable, but newly exposed. This week you may notice memories surfacing, moments that shaped you, patterns that once defined you. Some feel tender, others bittersweet. You might feel a pull to revisit old stories, only to realize they no longer fit. There's a clarity that comes with recognizing what's run its course. It doesn't mean you're letting go easily, but it does mean you're honest about what's no longer alive for you. There's a quiet courage in this, Scorpio. You're not rushing to fill the empty spaces, you're letting them breathe. There's a wisdom in allowing things to end without force, in trusting that what's essential remains. This inner process can leave you a little raw, as if you're walking around in brand new skin. There's sensitivity, but also an alertness, a readiness to see what comes next. Old attachments may tug at you. Familiar comforts might lose their hold. Through it all, you're becoming more attuned to your own needs, more willing to honor the truth of what you feel. The silence around you isn't emptiness, it's a clearing. And in that space, something new is quietly gathering. From this place of honest release, your path begins to shape itself. The feelings you're holding and the truths you're allowing yourself to admit naturally ripple out into your choices and interactions. When you let go of what no longer serves, you create room for new connections, new meanings, and new ways of relating. The change inside you presses gently against the world outside, asking you to respond. As this unfolding continues, the Lover's card steps onto your path. In this moment, life seems to be handing you questions about connection, alignment, and what truly matters to your heart. The world is no longer content with half-truths or automatic routines. There's a living tension here, a subtle friction between what you used to accept and what you now desire. You may feel drawn into situations that ask for your full attention, conversations, choices, even small daily decisions that suddenly seem to carry more weight. You might notice a pressure to be more present, to show up with your whole self rather than just a familiar mask. This week, relationships become mirrors. Interactions feel more charged, as if each encounter is inviting you to declare where you stand, what you want, and what you will no longer compromise. It's not about dramatic gestures, but about honesty. You could find yourself wrestling with competing desires, or feeling the pull between loyalty to others and loyalty to yourself. The air is thick with possibility, but also with the need for clarity. Sometimes this friction shows up as longing, a wish for deeper understanding, a craving for authenticity. Other times it's the discomfort of realizing that old agreements no longer fit. The momentum of change is real. Life nudges you to examine your choices, to ask whether you're living in alignment with your own values. There's no pressure to decide everything at once. The path is shaped by quiet, daily acts of truth-telling. Each step you take in honesty, each small moment of listening to your own heart, opens the way forward. You may find that the world asks for more of you, or that you, in turn, ask more from the world. There's a balancing act here between honoring your connections and honoring yourself. The path is not always smooth, but it is alive. You're not being tested, you're being invited. The pressure you feel is not just a challenge, but an opportunity to move closer to what feels real and sustaining. The potential that waits at the end of this path isn't inevitable. It's shaped by how consciously you meet the week's questions, by the willingness to acknowledge change, to move with it rather than resist it. When you meet life's invitations with honesty and presence, the possibilities begin to shift. Growth is never passive, it welcomes your participation. As you move through this process, the card Justice appears as your potential. Its influence isn't about judgment or fairness in the abstract. Instead, it points to a lived experience of balance, a sense of coming into right relationship with yourself and the world around you. This is not about perfection or getting everything right. It's about feeling, perhaps for the first time in a while, that you are standing on level ground. There's a subtle empowerment that comes with seeing things as they are. When you look clearly at what's ending and what's asking to begin, you give yourself the chance to act with intention. The choices you make carry more weight, but also more meaning. You may notice a quiet satisfaction in acting from your own truth, or a gentle relief in letting go of what no longer fits. Justice here is not a verdict, it's an invitation to align your actions with your values. It's the dignity of living in a way that feels honest, even when it's uncomfortable. This week you might glimpse moments of peace, a sense that despite the uncertainty you are where you need to be, there's no rush. Each small act of integrity, each gentle truth spoken, lays the foundation for what comes next. Growth is not about forcing outcomes, but about allowing yourself to meet each moment with clarity. Justice asks only that you show up for yourself as you are and trust that this is enough. When you look at the shape of your week, a quiet story emerges. The journey begins with death, a gentle, necessary release. You let go not with bitterness but with a kind of reverence for what has been. This makes space for the lovers who draw you into deeper questions of connection and alignment. The world becomes more vivid, more demanding of your attention, and you respond by showing up more fully, honoring both your needs and the needs of those around you. Finally, Justice offers a chance to integrate these changes, to find a new balance, to live in a way that feels more true to who you are now. This is not a week of dramatic transformation, but of honest reckoning and gentle recalibration. You're invited to release the past, to show up for the present, and to trust that each small act of truth brings you closer to yourself. There's reassurance in knowing that you don't have to rush. The process is unfolding, quietly and steadily, and you are more than capable of meeting it. In this space, endings become beginnings, and each choice becomes a quiet declaration of who you are becoming. Actionable insights for Scorpio this week. Notice where something old is slipping away and let yourself pause in that emptiness. Try listening more closely to what feels true in your body, especially in moments of choice. Let even small acts of honesty be enough for now, spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I let go of what is finished, I listen to what stirs beneath the surface. I honor each truth, as it arrives I meet my choices with a steady heart. I trust myself to move forward, I am balanced within my own life. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.